Alright, so as you can see, we're back with this ThinkPad P16 Gen 1. So we upgraded the GPU here, and because we didn't have the thermal pads, I basically had to cut the original thermal pads in half. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, I have a video up of that. But basically what we're doing here is I already cleaned off all the old thermal paste. I had icy diamond on there. But now we're going to be putting this PTM7950 stuff there. Okay, and we're also going to be using this TG Putty Pro. This is some really expensive stuff. This thermal Grizzly, their putty for like filling these, basically replacing these. They have 3 levels of this, I think, or maybe 4. I think they have like basic, advanced, pro, I don't know, something like that. But there's multiple levels. There's either 3 or 4. So yeah, this is the most expensive one. After tax and everything, this was like 50 bucks, a little over 50 bucks. Pretty expensive. So let's go ahead and open this up and take a look. Okay, so they have this instructions thing here. Multiple languages. So we only need English. Oh, here you go. Okay, so basically it just says for large areas, basically remove the putty using the included spatula, apply the putty with the spatula, spread the putty evenly, and then excess putty can be removed with the spatula. Method 2, for smaller areas, it says to wear protective gloves, and then you basically pull the putty out with the spatula, and then using the gloves, I guess you roll it into balls and then stick it on, kind of like you're doing thermal paste. But basically this is for like voltage regulators and stuff. Okay, and the balls should be of equal size. I think this is only if you're doing it on square shaped. So you can see this one is missing the thermal pad. It's actually stuck to the heatsink itself. So we're not going to bother with that. We're actually going to apply the stuff to the, what do you call? These are like the RAM chips, I believe. So yeah, those get the most heat, these. So we're going to leave this putty alone. Part of the main reason why we're leaving it alone is these are super thick. And I believe the putty said it's good for up to 4mm thickness, 3 or 4mm thickness. And the gap for this is really large for these little chips here. You see that little black chip? These ones, the gap isn't as large, but yeah, we're gonna leave that as is. I wonder if I should put some for these, because this one I did have to cut in half, and as you can see, it's not covering the whole thing. So I think I'm gonna we'll put some putty there. But yeah, let's go ahead and remove that. Okay, anyways, this is the putty. Oh, it's a pretty small jar here, as you can see. Hopefully it's very full. We got 3 of these spatula things. Okay. There's actually some dust on it, so I don't know why they want you to use that. And then they got some gloves in here for you if you need. All right. So we're probably not going to be using the gloves for this part. Let's go ahead and open this. This thing is pretty heavy. Is it thick plastic, or is there just that much putty in here? Let's see. Okay, it's sealed here, so this is what it looks like. Thermal Grizzly. Okay. And this stuff, I believe they said it's non-conductive, so you don't have to worry about it getting in and shorting anything out. Okay, actually there's quite a bit of putty in here, so maybe I can do all these, but the thing with this is it's going to be messy, right? Like if I were to grab this stuff is kind of going to be messy, I feel. Okay, maybe, okay, let me get one of the gloves just so I can kind of make a little thing to put in there. Okay, so yeah, it comes with 2 of these gloves. Pretty sure there's no left and right. You just got to make sure you get your thumb in the right spot. Okay, the only thing with this is I don't think you can just keep reusing these gloves. So what do you do after you do one application? You're going to have like no more gloves to do this. So anyways, here's the gloves. I think these are just like black nitrile gloves or something. Okay. Anyways, we're going to get this putty stuff. And I guess we'll just grab that and try to kind of roll it in a ball. I think that's actually way too much. So if I were to take this, so you can see, oops, sorry. You can see, you can roll it into a ball. And it does conduct heat really well. Actually, I can feel it through the gloves. It feels actually kind of cold. So it's pulling the heat away really fast. Okay, so yeah, that's like way too much. So let's see, can we take this off? Can I cut it in half? Okay, let's cut this in half, I guess. All right, and I think half of that is gonna be enough. Oh man, this is, maybe I should have wore both gloves, I don't know. I don't know why, and maybe they don't want you to get like your grease from your hands on there, but I don't know if the gloves have some chemicals either that are gonna get into this thing. Okay, so we're just gonna put that blob there. I can already tell this is gonna be a pain to apply to every single surface here, and I can't even get it in a perfect circle ball. So I don't know how I'm gonna get it completely squared onto this thing. I don't know if you can see. Okay, so basically we'll use this to kind of shape it, and then we're gonna like kind of square it off like that. It's hard to get in between these pieces too. Okay, so basically something like that. I feel it's already taller than this piece, so we should be good. We can go ahead and get rid of this thing as well. Okay, so we'll get rid of the thermal pads there. And then we'll try and put this putty on there. Probably gonna need more for this one. Yeah, it's difficult to make this stick. It's like not wanting to stick on there. Come on, stay there. Okay. See, this one's like, it doesn't want to stick. It's wanting to like lift off. So I don't know how I'm gonna make it stay on there. But I guess that's why they said to make like a ball. So I probably need a little more here. Okay. So we'll roll that into a ball. Yeah, getting this on every single chip is gonna be a huge pain. I don't know. Because I don't even know how, like if I poke this, is it gonna come up again? Okay, there we go. It's kind of staying now. But it's not easy to kind of keep this stuff there. Okay, so now these two are gonna get way better cooling than the rest, so I don't know how that's gonna affect things. But, I guess we'll find out. Hopefully it will be good. Okay, there we go. All right, this is gonna be, getting this is gonna be a pain, I feel. I wonder if I should do this first or if I should do the other thing first. Well, okay, we're gonna have to peel these off, and we're gonna have to get them about the same thickness, so we're gonna need a lot of putty here. Like, how am I gonna even measure that to make sure? Oops, oh no, don't stick to everything. How am I gonna make sure that it's, because we gotta basically, right, squish it out to fit in here. And then flatten it out. I can't tell if it's too low or not, that's the problem. Okay, that actually looks thicker than the pad, so we can go ahead and remove this guy, and we'll do the same thing. Again, there's a lot of this stuff that we're gonna have to use for this one chip here. So I don't know, $50 to help your temps, I guess, depending on how important that is to you. Again, they do have cheaper ones, like some that aren't as thermally conductive. This is the most thermally conductive one they have. Okay. Looks good. All right, let's go ahead and get the rest. Peel all these up. I guess we're gonna toss these thermal pads. You don't want to reuse them after they get all contaminated, so. I wonder what this stuff is made of. They don't really say. So basically what I'm doing is I'm flattening it, and then when it sticks out, I'm just trying to push that to keep the straight edges. And yeah. Okay. We're getting some bubbles there. I don't really like that. Make sure to get those smoothed over so that you don't have those bubbles permanently in there. Okay. Looks good. Yeah, there's like a lot of this paste we're going to be using here. Might need a little more. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little tricky to get this stuff all evenly on there, but I don't know how they would make it easier unless they could make some kind of little templates like you're building a sandcastle, because this material feels kind of gritty, like a sand, like almost like a very liquidy clay. Okay. It's hard to tell if it's tall enough. I think it's good. It looks good. Okay. I'm gonna probably have to put a little more on this one. Not much more, I don't think. Okay. Once you get it down, it's a little bit tricky to shape it just right. Wait, that's part of the chip, so we need to have it go further over now. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and peel these guys up. Get another one. I know this is a long video, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. Look at that. We already used a lot of it. Oh, it doesn't just come off, so we have to. I think it helps to use the gloves to take it out, even though it says to do it with the spatula. Okay, here we go. Use this, shape it up, flatten it out, shape it up again. Oop. Okay, that one's definitely thicker. Right, the nice thing about this, because it's a paste, it's just gonna smush out and spread out. And then, since it's very thermally conductive, it's gonna basically just transfer all the heat out. Okay, here's the other blob. That rectangle all shaped up. Pat it down. All right, that looks good. Probably used, I'm pretty sure we used more than half of it. Jeez. It's a little tricky because I'm trying to record this, so I'm not getting very good viewing angles myself, but I'm gonna have to look around after I finish this. Okay. All right. Looks good. Last one. Again, we piled it up relatively high just to make sure. It's better to have more than not enough on this in this case, because if you don't have enough, it's not going to make contact with the heatsink. Okay. Make sure it covers. Okay. Alright, flatten it up a little bit. Okay, there we go. We got all the putty there. Here you can see how much we have in this jar. It goes pretty deep down, so quite a good amount. Oh, now I got the jar all covered in that stuff. I'd say we probably used about half of it or so. Okay, I'm gonna turn this glove inside out. Maybe I can reuse it later. Ugh, my hand's all sweaty. I'm gonna have to let it dry first before I put it back in the box. All right, let's go ahead now, and since we did that, we're gonna go ahead now and get the PTM stuff in place. Okay, for now I'm just gonna throw these spatulas back in there. Okay, we'll set that aside. Okay, so the PTM stuff we have to cut. This one's actually not too bad compared to applying thermal paste. The one thing I like about it is you kind of know exactly how much you have and how much coverage you're gonna get. So you can see exactly what I need to cut. All right, you can see we have this piece. So it's about the same as that. We're gonna have a little bit extra wasted there because we only need to cut it to that one point. All right, I had one customer's computer that I redid multiple times because I wanted to make sure I was doing it right, and also because I wasn't 100% sure if I peeled off the second layer. Okay, so that was my bad. Whoopsie. And 2 of the times I was like, okay, I actually peeled it off, but then I redid it just to be safe. All right, anyways, we're gonna cut this to that size. I don't know what I'll do with that little tiny portion, so I wonder if I should just cut it all the way off. I don't know. We'll see. I might have a use for it eventually. Okay, we're gonna cut it like this. All right, so now we have this rectangle here. All right, and then once you have the rectangle, you gotta carefully peel off the layer and not touch it, okay? You don't wanna get grease and other stuff onto it, so I'm gonna use these little needle nose tweezers or whatever, pointy tweezers. And we gotta get in between the layers. Kind of a little tricky to do. Let's try from this side here. Okay, up. And whichever layer comes up first, that's what we gotta peel off. Okay, I think this layer's coming off first. So we're gonna go ahead and try and peel this layer up. The trickiest part is separating these plastic layers, okay? So now that we got that off, okay, we're gonna carefully, I'm gonna just stick it onto the tweezers here. Be careful again not to touch it. Okay, so we got it on the tweezers here. And now we can kind of line it up, make sure everything looks straight. It's a little bit longer than it needs to be, but that's okay. Just try and get it centered. Stick down a portion of it, and then there you go, and stick that down. All right, this stuff also smushes out, so I did not reach all the way here, but it's okay because once we go ahead and put the heatsink down, it will actually spread a little bit. Okay, so this, when heatsink or thermal paste spreads, it spreads super thin. Okay, oh, this has some of the old putty when it got smushed in shipping. Okay, so now that we got that, we're gonna peel off the other layer. Again, it's a little tricky to do. Let me actually go from this side since I think it will be easier. There we go. Okay, so we got that out. Now we got to do this big square. Okay, so we got this side. Oh, I got to be careful because this putty, if I smush it, it's going to be messy. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this, find out how far I need to cut, and mark it, and I'm gonna cut on the outside of the blue if you're wondering. So we measured that length. So now we need to know, wait, we did that, so now we need to know the height of this one. Oh God, this is, Putty's gonna be a little scary to, okay, I think that should be good. Now, let's cut out this square. Okay, I'm gonna try and cut as straight as I can through. Okay, so there's that, and now we're gonna cut this way. Oh, that's not quite a square. Let's see. I hope it fits okay, so we can test. Yeah, actually I cut it longer than it needed to be, so that's good. All right, let's go ahead and peel this off. Go. Oh, it's making some bubbles. That's scary. Don't make bubbles, please. Okay, I'm gonna use another tool. Let's see which one here. I need a new one. Okay, so Oreo, stop. Shh. Okay, so we're gonna use that to hold it and peel that off. Okay, it did get a little bubble in it. Hopefully it will be okay. It will smush down as I mentioned earlier, so we should be okay. All right, I'm gonna line this up. Oops, I have to put it this way. Line that up. Smush that down. All right. Oh, customers are here. Give me a second. Okay, I think he's just waiting outside. Let's go ahead and make sure this is all good. Make sure this is all good. Okay. Make sure that's good. Make sure that's good. Stop, Oreo. Shh. I know he's out there. Give me some time, okay? I'm not done yet. Okay. Now we got all of that. We just have to peel up this one. See, you can see I pushed down where it had that bubble and it smushed flat. So we should be good. Now we just gotta peel this up. Make sure it sticks down. I guess let's peel from this side since that side wants to separate. Oh, that wants to separate too. I think because I overhung it on the edges, so now it's kind of just flopping up the whole thing. Come on. Oh, actually, interesting. So it's peeling the part that's not sticking to the, I gotta push that down. Okay, now let's peel this. See that? The part that didn't stick down to the metal was actually just separating and tearing away. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we got all the material on there. The putty and the pads, or whatever you want to call that. All right, and now let's go ahead and get the heatsink back on. We did peel everything off, right? Maybe I can get some of this excess part onto the CPU that has excess missing. Let's try. I don't know if I can pick it up without it just shredding. Oh, it's so floppy. It's okay. I mean, it's not like it needs it, but I don't know if I can get that on there. Oh no, I'm gonna make it worse. I'm gonna form bubbles all over. Okay, I'm gonna have to use this to help push it down. No, I don't think I can even stick it to that small of a piece. Okay. It will overlap and then it will smush down, I guess. That seems what's going to happen. Wow, this stuff is... There we go. I mean, it's gonna smush out anyways, but I figured I have that excess, so might as well. Okay, so there we go. Let's go ahead and get the heatsink back on top. All right, that's okay, that's okay. All right, we got those thermal pads for that and that and that, all that stuff. All right, so the tricky part, make sure you line up everything right, because once we drop it down, we're gonna be stuck with wherever it landed. So let's see, how can I make sure this lines up? All right, we dropped it. We have no more choices. Let's see. Okay, it clicks. We're gonna go backwards. Once it clicks, 1, 2, 3. Second one. Click, 1, 2, 3. Third one. Click, 1, 2, 3. Fourth one. Click, 1, 2, 3. Fifth one. 1, 2, 3. Sixth one. 2, 3. Seventh one. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Let's go ahead and plug in the fans real quick. And that's basically the application process. Now we're going to go ahead and go over these screws again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that tightened all the way. Second one, tighten that all the way. Third one, tighten that all the way. Fourth one, tighten that all the way. Fifth one, tighten that all the way. Sixth one, tighten that all the way. And seventh one, tighten that all the way. All right, so here you can see how the putty is kind of squeezing out the gray stuff there. Okay, so it should be good. Everything is good. All those pads in the middle down there are all touching, so we should be good here. Okay, now all we gotta do is put the battery back in, put the cover back on, and then power it up, and we should be good to go. All right, let's go ahead and get this back in. So we got the battery here. Oops, let's zoom in a tiny bit more. Okay, so battery goes in like that at an angle. Line that up, push that down. Get the screws back in. 3 screws here, that one. This one. Also, if you notice, I twist backwards before I twist forward. That's to make sure that it falls into the threads. All right, once you hear it click, that means the 2 spiral parts are lining up. All right, there we go. Let's get the bottom cover back on. Line this all up. The tricky part is the back here. Get that in first. Okay, if you want, you can go ahead and try and click everything down. And then we'll go ahead and get these back in. Twist backwards first again, and then tighten it down. Okay. There we go. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. If you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. Other than that, I do have another channel called It's Been Reviewed and More. Same profile picture, but zoomed in. And yeah, if you could subscribe to that one, I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers there. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and put this all back together. I don't know what the original temperatures are. I didn't do any like idle ambient air temps comparison to compare. So, I mean, there's a customer's computer. They'll test it, they'll use it, and they'll let me know what they find. Hopefully, temperatures stay lower. Although, the temperatures might not always stay lower because sometimes what happens is the cooling is more efficient. So the computer, instead of throttling itself, it actually runs at higher performance. So therefore it runs warmer. But because the cooling can keep up, it will be able to keep it from going too high in temperature and prevent it from throttling. So that's the goal here, okay? The goal is higher performance. Again, temperatures could actually be higher because it will actually run at higher performance because of the better cooling. So there we go. We'll open this up. Power it up. Okay, we just want to make sure that it turns on. Because we disconnected the battery, it's likely going to take a little bit extra long. Sometimes, oh, there we go. Sometimes it only does that when you disconnect the CMOS battery. We didn't disconnect that in this case. But yeah, it's booting up. They have their Ubuntu loading. So we should be good to go. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, let's drop this. Bye.